Okay. Okay, we're going to start streaming the run-through, walkthrough of Everquest on the Mischief servers. Oops, sorry. There we go. Trying to stay true to what's going to happen when Oakwynd releases. We're going to pick up everything because we will have no money, we will have no armor, we will have 2 bags, and that's it. One will be on your character, one will be in the bank. So I've got 2 bags in my inventory, and I'm going to pick up where I left off, which is leveling in the newbie yard outside of Felwith. I am currently level 4. Yep. And I've got a pet, and the pet has 2 rusty weapons equipped. I am a mage class, my preferred class to play. Why do it yourself when you can have a pet do it for you? Let me back the camera off just a little. I picked up a cracked staff yesterday during the run through. Where is my pet? Holy crap, dude, get your butt over here. Yes, kids, I said butt. The pathing in the old zones, I wish they would work on that. If they're gonna do stuff to this game, fix the pathing. It's been the same crappy pathing since the game launched 20 plus years ago. It's about time to fix that part. So anyway, we are going to just kill here in the newbie yard. I'm going to run over to a site where I hopefully can run down the spawns so that the auto spawn will work. It's over near the bandit camp here in Greater Faydark. Let me pull up my map. It's going to be over in this area right here. Yeah, that's way too close. So once you locate the bandit camp, you can find the auto spawn area pretty quickly. See, excuse me, I see a orc. It's an orc pawn. You're looking for orc centurions. That's the ones that auto spawn there in that location. So for those, oh, perfect. Yeep yeep. Okay, so this dude, you gotta you kill him dead, and then you just sit down, recover mana, and wait for them to come on back. Here we go. Now we sit and wait. And somewhere in this area on this hill, they will spawn, or should. So we'll see if the game still has this particular, I don't know if it's a feature or a glitch, what, but it's always done this. And I hope they don't fix this. There's also one in, there he is. There's also one in West Freeport. There's a spawn in the newbie yard, spawn point. Pet will go crazy. Get him, Pet. And you can sit here and kill these things for hours. I'm going to kill them until I hit level 5. Well, it shouldn't be too much longer. Let's encourage him to move along. Over here, buddy. If you are a pet class, try to get hit a couple of times. It'll help your defense in case your pet dies, which does happen. Oh, we got another one steaming in. The crewed items will not be on the TLP when it launches. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up, but that's not for the sake of being complete. But that is not a, alright. And here we go again. But just note that no crewed anything, no advanced armor or weapons or anything like that are going to be available on TLP. I did not con him. He's acting like a little tough guy. Have to apply a little burn to him. There we go. I don't know that that's sellable, and they've removed all the. It's a quest item. I don't want it. Okay, good. And we wait. So the goal here is to. I try to get to level 5 here, and that way you can go on up to Orc Hill. And Orc Hill is where a lot of grouping is going on. I want to kill that hatchling, or at least have the pet kill it. And weapon, yep, I'll take it. we should be close to another. Okay, wrong. That skeleton had been a elven skeleton, I think. They attacked the orcs. It's funny to watch. Usually the elven skeletons beat the crap out of the orcs. It's funny to watch. Okay. Oh wow. We're full already. What in the heck? Yeah, sure are. Okay. Well, let's run back and sell. I hate that. I got here just in time to see the spawns come down that hill. I was unsuccessful yesterday. Caught it just at the right time today, and I am full up. It's time to sell. And I need to, while I'm in, that reminds me, while I'm in here, I should have a gate spell on me, and I did not. It must not be on the initial spell vendor I've been checking. So I need to look for that when I go in here. Knuckle bones I don't need, so finger bones, excuse me. Pet must have aggroed on something. So we'll go in here, we'll sell, we'll go check the spell vendors. I know that there is a gate spell missing from my spell book. We'll go take care of that. And I do happen to know it is level 4. Alright. Finger bones, can't do anything with that. Cracked staff, that is a plat. That is definitely a nice thing to have. No wonder I was moving so slow, I was overweight. Cracked staff again. We're gonna hang on to that. Okay, those I'm gonna hang on to in case the pet dies and I need more pet weapons. And we're all good. Awesome. Okay, we need to find a spell. So what we're trying to do, if you're new to the stream, is trying to run through the original content to get used to the what you can and cannot do and how the game will play when it launches, when the TLP server Oakwynd launches on May 24th at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific. I expect there will be a mad rush to get all the quote-unquote first. Give it up, boys. It hadn't been a first for over 20 years. It ain't going to be when it launches. Might be a server first, but it ain't going to be no first. Let's see. Summon food and drink. I have enough. Summon West, Elemental Earth. I've got it. We're going to do food and drink. Well, before we move on. Okay, and these are level 1 spells. We'll do that real quick. When you're on the TLP, you are going to have to pick and choose the spells that you buy because money is not free-flowing. You have to decide what you want and whether it's useful to you. Let's see here. Go ahead and buy this one, but I did not see the gate spell. I wonder if it's in the wizard spell vendors. I'm going to go ahead and pull that spell that goes with the earth elemental for level 5. And let's see what we got here. Yeah, that's worse. Sorry, spell hunting is just fair warning. Spell hunting is a thing on a TLP. You don't have a single place to go and get your spells. I did not see gate in there. So I'm going to come out and go back in, just make the circle or the loop. I'm going to go into the wizard area here and hope that one of those wizard spell vendors has what I'm looking for. And if it's not here, it may be no spells. Oh. No, it would have shown up. It would have shown up. Okay. So far, no. Flare since someone I was Nope. Nope. Huh. Alright. Well, there's the enchanters are down here. Let me look over here. I wonder if it's considered a general. It's been a while, as you can tell, it's been a while since I've done this. If it's a general spell. Gate, right there. Yep. The odd things that the original programmers and designers intended. Now, although I'm going to pick up True North, that's no longer a thing. You don't have to try to figure out where you are by location and you don't have to figure out which direction is north. That was a major pain in the backside way back when. It was incredibly painful to have to go through that mess. Alright, gate. Awesome. And we'll grab true north here and drop it in here. And we have another level 5, oops, no, level 5 spell we can add to the earth pet. Okay, there we go. Get rid of these knuckle bones or finger bones or whatever bones they are. They are not going to help us. Cool. Go ahead and self-buff up. And we're ready to go. And if you're joining me in the stream, thank you very much. Really appreciate you checking the stream out. Appreciate you being here. This is an impromptu stream. I didn't put it on my schedule. I wasn't sure I was going to be doing this tonight. My stream will be for Everquest and the TLP. Once it launches, it'll be much more regimented and scheduled and all that stuff. So we're just going to play around in here with the mage and leveling and running around in here. So now that I have my gate spell, we'll go over to the soul binder. I'm trying to think. Let's see what we got here. Alright, we are bound southern Felwith and the Greater Faydark. I must be outside, so I do not want to be bound out in the wilderness. When I die, I don't want to pop up on that hill. That's so annoying. So we're going to yell at the spellbinder and let her bind us here. And done. And nope. Trying to think. There is a, let me look at it here. Alternate advancement is V. Okay, so there is a origin spell or alternate advancement skill or whatever that kicks in at level 5. It's free. You don't have to spend anything to get it. You hotkey the thing off the alternate advancement window, plop it on your character, and you're good to go. And I may already have it on here, and when I hit level 5 it will show up on my macro bar. So I don't have to do anything. But we'll see. So we'll go running to the spawn point for the orcs and try to finish up level 5. I think I see a spider. I want the spider. I want the silk. And he must have heard me coming, like the real life spider does. They feel vibrations, they take off. Let's see if the pet's close enough to engage. Yep. We'll take that as well. And we're gonna pull up the map, we're gonna take a look. Oh boy, alright. Just kind of follow the yellow brick road over here to right about in here somewhere. And it's near the, bandit camp. There's also an NPC. It must have something to do with the expansions that are unlocked on Mischief, because I don't remember this NPC being here before. Alright, we may have to go looking, because I don't see anything spawning, and that's troublesome. So let's see if we can find a orc roaming around over here. They kind of walk like a drunken sailor when they're over this way, but eventually they'll come across here. They'll go over the hill over here, and they'll get killed off by the guards, which keeps them respawning. So the guards are not going to put up with a orc centurion roaming through their territory. So all we have to do is find the roamer and kill it. That may be it right there. Yeah, I bet that is it. Where is my... Come on. Spanky. Let the Orc Centurion hit me a couple of times. What does he con? He cons a 6. Big 6. 6, 6, 6. Easy 6. Get that defense up when you can. You'll be sorry if you wait till later. And there we go. Now we can origin. Yep, that's what I thought. I had a button up here that wasn't doing anything, and I suspected that might be the origin, because I'm fairly consistent between all my characters where I put things categorically, and I had a feeling that origin was going to be right here. So now we run back to the spawn point. Actually, we don't. What we're going to do, we're going to go over to Orc Hill, because that's what would normally happen on the TLP once you ding level 5. you would go to Orc Hill and find a group if you haven't found one previous to that. Two good places to group: Orc Hill and Crushbone, and the castle that's in Crushbone. Two great places when you're a young, lower level character. Let's go ahead and load up some spells. Alright. I think I am going to swap out my pet. And I have two weapons ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and load up Rockhead, the Earth Pet. I have Malachite to cast him with. I need to put Flame Bolt on the spell bar. Oops. Shock and Bolt. We're going to go ahead and put it here, but it would normally go there. I don't have a shock spell. So the first nuke is usually a fast, low power, fast casting spell, just for if something running away or whatever, or if I'm trying to pull. I don't want to throw a big nuke on it. I want to make sure that the tank can get its attention. And you can leave, Spanky. There we go. We're going to get an Earth Pet up. Earth Pet, if you're soloing, is good to have in front of you because they root. So by now, I'm assuming that if you're an old school player, you know the value of having an Earth Pet in a solo environment. I'm going to go ahead and recover my mana before I run over there. And we're going to, although I'm headed for Orc Hill technically, I'm going to be killing around the guards that are sitting over there so that I can ditch the mob off to them if it's too much. Much too much. And here we go. I thought something ran across me. I wasn't sure what it was. The guard must have been killing something. So, the Priest of Discord, when you're looking for the Orc Hill Orc lift, you just take a right when you see him and run to the tree, and if you look up you can see the lift right there. So Pine Shade and Fayfear are going to be protecting my backside if I get in trouble. So Orc Hill, hang on, sorry about that. I'll send the pet in and see if he will, did I put, yeah, okay. Like, did I put weapons on him? But I think I did. Anyway, Orc Hill is left and up from those tents right there. So right up there is where you can really get in trouble unless you have a group. Right that way right there. These guys mean business. That orc right there, he's in a pack. They wouldn't be so bad, but they're packed up. You can't pull one of these dudes out unless you're an enchanter and can mez them without bringing the whole kit and caboodle down on you. So we're going to leave them alone for now. Going to, uh-oh. pet got poisoned somewhere. So what I do is stand here. There are mobs that roam. What do you call 8? See, you don't want to mess. Don't want to mess with that. Not a good idea. But there are mobs that roam all through here. You just have to run around hunting for the roamers. The problem is there are multiple roamers, so when you're busy fighting something, you could get attacked yourself. You definitely want to watch your surroundings, which I will do right now. Let Rockhead get in there and start swinging. And let's get in here. Now, the one thing I do advise you to stay away from, there are these low-con lizard creatures. I don't know how else to put them. And they stun. And getting stunned by these things over and over and over again. Right there, what is that thing called? Basilisk. I would strongly recommend that you not mess with those things. They are bad news. What we got? That is a 6. That is a 6. We're going to get 2 at the same time. I may have to run it, but I'm going to go ahead and pull these guys and let the pet take the first one. I'm going to help out the pet. I'm going to have to help out the pet because, oh, I got a stronger spell because he's getting killed. I know, yeah. Come on, back up, back up. There you go. Poor pet. Knew him not too well. Uh-oh, got a third. Got jumped. Got picked up a third. Come on, go, 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 go. Let me go whining and crying and snotting to the guards. And kaboom. Galorant. Hi there. Alright, so let's try summoning up pet again. Ah, thank you very kindly. You're a gentleman and a scholar. I don't care what your ancestors say about you. So, what level are you? Y'all, you're same level. So, oh, he's buffing me. I thought he was healing me. No, he's buffing the crap out of me. Awesome. If you throw some of that on that rock-headed pet of mine, yeah, he definitely healed me that time. I can tell. All right. Let's see if he's interested in grouping. There we go. And just like on a TLP, you'll get groups, and it'll be awesome. Now, for those who aren't used to playing with pet classes, trust me when I say this. The pet class character or player would much prefer that you buff the pet rather than them, unless it's a constitution type buff or keeps you in the game longer. Because the pet is going to be doing all the fighting, and that's why you want to buff the pet, not the player. So if you are a buffing character, healing character, what have you, and you run up on a player that's got a pet in front of them, first things first, buff the snot out of that pet. You will be happy you did so. Cannot stress that enough. Excuse me. Orc Hill. I remember it well, even after all these years. Cannot wait to get into the TLP coming open Oakwynd. It's gonna be a fun time. Wait for Galorant to recover mana. Now, it is my opinion that we pulled too big on that Redcon Centurion. This is, yep, I had a feeling. This is another one, but this one we did not pull. The Temperance buff will not be in game when the TLP launches, so you want to make sure you stay in a big, full group if you can, and you want to make sure you pull what you can kill and not just go crazy pulling the highest level thing you can. And I'll take that. Or great staff. I do not want that. The reason I don't want, they're worth money. Don't get me wrong, but they are extremely heavy. I think the weight's 10 on those things. They're crazy heavy, and it's not worth getting your weight over your limit for a 2 gold staff. So there are exceptions to the pick up everything, and that stupid worn great staff is one of them. It's crazy. Um, Cannot wait, cannot wait. I don't have a set schedule currently for the uh, pre Oakwynd run through. I'm thinking that when it actually goes live, it's going to be like every other day, at night, from 6 to 8. No, excuse me, from 8 to 10 Eastern time. Um, we'll have to see, because I'm not retired. I work still, so, and I'm not independently wealthy, so I have to. I cannot do this during the day. I wished I could. Mm, I'd love to be able to do this during the day full time, but cannot. So we'll have to. And something. So anyway, the schedule is probably going to be a nighttime schedule for my stream for when Oakwynd kicks off, and it'll get posted on the Twitch channel. Kaboom. What is this? Rusty mace. We'll take it. Whoa. Where'd you come from? Okay. Other than being low on mana, we're doing good. And that's me low on mana, not him. I need to, so create yourself a hotkey for assisting, and since he didn't make himself main assist, I'm just going to type his name in here. Make sure I spelled it correctly. Yep. And that will do two things. It will target his target and turn on the auto attack. And here we go. What are you targeting? And keep in mind, if you're grouping with and you have tanks in your group, you want the you want to make sure that the tank, or whatever you're assisting, the target that they are pointed at does not jump around. So a lot of times the puller, you don't target their target, you target the tank's target, and that prevents all the bouncing from one place to another. Okay. Nice. Okay. Oh, good lord. Please roll. There we go. What is this? My bags are gonna fill up because I've only got 2, and it's gonna happen soon. And why is my helmet showing? I always turn this off. The other thing I always do is turn off tail windows, which tail windows are off, but for some reason the helmet was back on. I cannot stand the way the helmets look. Cannot stand it. I think the Bard has a good looking helmet, and one of the other characters does, but the stupid looking leather and cloth helmets, I don't like them. So, but enough about me. Let's see what can be pulled. Me and my likes and dislikes. Ooh, there's a Centurion down there, and he is Red Con. Yep, you saw him, didn't you? I saw you spin around. Oh, there's two together. Don't do it. Don't want to do it. I know what you're thinking, but don't do it. It's not gonna look good. Splattered all over Orc Hill. It's not gonna look good. Gotta take him now. If you, oh no, you can't. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, you did it anyway, didn't you? Couldn't resist. Couldn't resist. Couldn't resist. All right, we are going to die. Whoops, hit the wrong thing. I don't know why I have sit turned on all of these macros. It's driving me nuts. And I don't know why I did it. But at some point, I decided it was a good thing. Heal yourself, heal yourself, you're going to die. Turn taunt on the pet. Oh, great. I'm out of mana. Alright, well. Okay, so a nice thing about a mage class and a mage pet, you can turn taunt on. Better remember to turn it back off, but you can turn taunt on, and they will get the attention of whatever you're fighting for as long as they last. And because the shaman decided not to buff out the pet, he buffed me instead. Poor Rockhead didn't make it very long, but he served his purpose. He got the mob off the player onto himself. His sacrifice was noted and appreciated. Get some mana up and I'll bring another pet into the game. I think I can get him back in game at around 50%. We'll see what happens. And okay, need to pay attention to the Malachite count, because no Malachite, no pets. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was like 10, 13%, something like that. It's not too bad at all. And okay, cool. About 21% away from level 6. Oh, let me turn this back off. As I said, gotta remember if you turn that on and it does what it's supposed to do, remember to turn it back off. You don't want your pet, number one, you don't want your pet pulling aggro off the tank. They get really upset about that. And you don't want your pet, don't want to have to keep summoning your pet over and over again because it's constantly grabbing aggro on the mob and getting a beatdown. Alright, looks like Galorant's ready to rock. So, let's see what he pulls. Alright, so where do we go next? Here we go. That looks better. I like a healthy nuke that'll take down the health of the mobs. Get him. Get him, Rockhead. Bingo. Level 6. Now when you die, you lose experience. Which really sucks ores, but that's the game. I don't think I bought any level 6 spells. I did not. Okay. Needs some mana. He's full mana. So he probably ran off and pulled. Which is cool. Thing you have to make sure of is that when you do that, nukers like myself, wizards, that kind of thing, it's not a big deal. But make sure you check your cleric and make sure they have enough mana to keep you alive before you run from one pull to another. That's going to be critical for your Everquest gaming enjoyment. You're definitely going to want to keep tabs on the healer's mana. You don't want him to have to tell you, hey, I'm low on mana. You want to know it by looking yourself. Alright, okay, got it. Oh, you're not going to pull that thing with with me low on mana, are you, buddy? I mean, I don't mind a little nervousness in the poll, but I don't. I don't want it to be certain that I'm going to get beat to death because I have no mana. So we'll probably go to about 10, I guess. Maybe a little longer on tonight's stream. Not sure about whether it's going to be an impromptu stream tomorrow as well. So we'll just have to see how things go tomorrow, whether I stream or wait until Wednesday or some other day. We've got about a little over a week and 2 days, is that right? Wednesday the 24th is a week from Wednesday this week, so yeah, a week and a couple of days. So this ought to be fun. Alright, go pet. Uh-oh. Got his attention. Ouch, that hurt. I was gonna say, run him down, pet. Don't let him get away. That's what you're here for. Alright. All the buffs are coming off. Let's see, do I need to... Yeah, I do, right there. Excuse me. Alright, I need to do... Hopefully he won't pull anything while I'm doing something off screen here. This won't take but a minute or two, but alright, let's go back to what I was doing. There we go. And there we go. 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 Okay. Alright. Oh Lord. Mercy. concentrating on. There you go. Getting pet. Giving the beat down. Okay. I hope you're not planning to pull again. I have no mana. And may just make poor DPS characters. You don't want to do it. I'm telling you right now. So, and the future goal for the stream is simply to go get on the new TLP and ride it to live. That's the goal. We're just gonna oh Lord. We're going to stay with the TLP until through the dungeons and things like that until it hits live. That is a big... No, I don't want that. Alright. Where are we at? Okay. So to get into Crushbone, it's best to go to Crushbone around level 8. I need to sell. So we're going to gate the heck out of here. Blue? Ah. Come on, really? There it is. Ah. That is the never trust gate. Never. Never trust it. It'll let you down. And why did you pull this thing with so little mana on you? Alright. So let's try this again. Let's sit. You need to sit and mana up. I do too. Try again, try again, try again. Gate takes a lot of mana in your lower levels. It's a pain in the backside. There we go. Nope. We can hang on to that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. And I forgot how annoying these Crushbone belts are. I need to turn them off. I'm all for realism, but this is ridiculous. Let me get the pet weapons and see if he'll take them. Alright, awesome. And boom, and boom. And boom. This has got to go in the bank. Alright. And I need to remember to turn off Crushbone belts as a loot item. Alright, so no. There, this goes here, this goes here. I don't know about that. Change. We're going to cancel that. I need malachite because I keep getting my pet killed off. That's what they're there for, but nonetheless expensive and annoying. There we go. I need 8. Awesome. Boom. Done. What do I have on me? Let me go back to the bag vendor. Let me grab another bag because I keep filling up. And I should have done this before I left the newbie yard. Boom. Whoops. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Didn't want to do that. Okay, now. Let me let him know that I'm on the way. Okay. What happened? Did I? Oh. I must have crossed the bridge area and didn't go out. Here we go. All right. Edit filters. Where's that stupid belt? There it is. Just say no to the belts. Hey.
So the garage doors were down, so I just locked the door and turned the lights out.
Yeah, I walked out there and sniffed around for the gasoline smell.
It's not well, it's not gone.
To my nose, it is.
Well, with the doors up, yeah, it probably smelled that way. It's a lot less. So
Yeah.
that probably was the problem. I just didn't know what the problem was.
Yeah, I forgot I popped that cap. Normally I put it back.
Okay. I'm just saying that everything's locked up.
Okay.
Lights are on.
Okay. Alright. And another suggestion that I would make if you're just starting out, go into your map, click on the little cartography symbol, whatever, edit your map, change your color from the default green. Because it's easily to get lost in there. I usually make myself red and my group mates blue, but it doesn't matter. I would just recommend no ugly green. Oh wow. Okay, go crazy, Pat. Alright, let's back him up a little bit so I can see. What is this? Tacky silk. Let's leave it for now. Alrighty. Oh, okay. That rusty warhammer is another one of those items that, as a cloth wearer, I cannot pick up and carry around. It weighs too much. As much as I would like to pick it up and sell it, that's really not gonna happen. Oh, I forgot. Shaman is a chain wearer. So, boom, level 7. Boom, yow. Awesome. Anything cloth that can be sold, we want. So, what is this? Chain boots. We're going to say no on those because he's wearing chain. He needs them. Wow. We have a lot of orcs and all around us. Crazy. You went crazy pulling on that. Silk. We'll say yes. And boom. And boom. Do you have got to heal yourself? You're going to die. Alright. Better heal up. All I can say. Welcome in to the chat. Thank you for watching the video, for joining in, watching. Appreciate it. This is going to be an ongoing series when Oakwynd actually launches. Right now, just playing around in the newbie yards, Orc Hill, Crushbone, that kind of area, getting used to what is and is not in game when the TLP launches. If you're coming off a higher level TLP or a live server, there's going to be a lot of differences between brand new TLP coming out and what you're used to. So this is just a familiarization of what the game is going to play like, look like on launch of the new TLP. We're a week and 2 days away from official launch. It'll leave that. I'm level 7. Just dinged a little bit ago. I'm assuming we'll do like most groups on Orc Hill. We'll go to level 8 and then we will move into Crushbone. That seems to be the pattern. Get him, Pat. Get him, Rockhead. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. There you go. Ah, there they are. Glad I did not choose to go ahead and pull these guys. Those three. Okay, which one? Where are you focused? There you are. Oh, we're close to 8. Awesome, awesome. And engage. Where are you going? Put that there, that there. Awesome. Thought I sent the pet and go pet. Wow. Why were you just standing there watching? What's wrong with you? Spiders everywhere. Yep, a little late. Excuse me. This will be fun, real fun. In a week and 2 days. We're having fun now. Get him, pet. Smack him. I think I should have on a spell vendor somewhere a shock version of a nuke. And I should have a beefier water pet over there as well. If you attack that fairy noble dude, you're on your own. I do not want to get on their hit list, so to speak. They don't back off, back up, or back down. Let's see which one you're attacking. There we go, there we go. And get him, pet. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. What is this? Feedback, okay. Alright. And alright, so what do we got? No, 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 no. You're on your own. I'm not attacking that thing. They have their own faction, and I don't want to be on their hate list. Thank you very much. Them and the fairies, the trees and the fairies hit like trains. I don't want to get my ass beat. Ah. Awesome, awesome. There we go. That's what you need to be doing. You need to heal yourself. Ah. That's lootage. Alright, so what do we got in here? So, every now and then pull up your advanced loot window, go into edit filters and turn on the dice symbol. And that will prevent it from asking you over and over again every time some kind of loot drops. So that you're not constantly being pinged at by the loot filter window. What do you want to do about this? And what do you want to do about this? And what about this over here? It's It's a nice system they put together. But it does have its downsides. And I wish they would add a few more quality of life improvements, so to speak, to the. I must be getting heavy again. I'm moving slow. Probably over. Yep, I am way, way over. Wow. Okay. What are you fighting? There you go. There you go. Way, way over. Although I was trying to make this realistically, I would not be, come on. Dude, pick something. There you go. Okay. Alright, so that should be level 9. Is that right? Yep. Alright, I think I'm going to sell again and grab a few spells. I will be right back. I need to get a stronger pet if we go into Crushbone. Alright, right here. Oh yeah, I am way overweight. Not like it used to be. Oh man. It used to be if you were way overweight, you would get stuck. You would get to where you could not move and you would have to start dropping stuff just to be able to make it to a vendor. It was awful. So I'm glad they're not bringing that back. What is this? How much what does this weigh? 7? 5? Okay, I'm gonna unload this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep the lighter weight stuff when it comes to pet weapons. That's 7.5. Wow, really? And what is this? Oh, that's worse. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna hang on to that. I'm gonna bank these things. And I'll probably get a spear again. And that'll add to my collection for the pet. And we'll hit the bank real quick and then I need a spell shop. Okay, done. Alright. Yep. Okay. last time I was in the spells, I think was level 6. Let me check that real quick. What level are you? 5. Okay, so level 5. Run down in here. I'm not going into POK because it will not be on the TLP when it launches. This is a run through of the irritations and limitations of a TLP, fresh TLP. When it launches, you get what you get. And POK for spell runs is not what you get. Let's see here, lesser shielding, I want that. And I have nothing else. And wait a minute, I'm level 8, I'm level 9, so yes, I can have this. Okay, good. And what did I leave on her? That summon West and summoned. We will go ahead and collect all of these because I now have the plat to do so. When previously I did not. Same thing that happens on a TLP. You get what you can get with the money that you have, but it's not always everything. This is wrong. This is 5, so this needs, whoops. Alright, and this is wrong. This should be over here. Okay, so this is level 1. There we go. Yep. In case you need to destroy a pet. Okay. 3. Bingo. And 3. Okay, we will find the rest of what spells are available here. So you have water pet spell. I have Zom. And then okay. And spell. And 7. There's a healing pet healing spell. The first of many shield spells. Okay. There's my first shock, I think. That's the first one. And boom. Okay. And spells. So now we're at 8. There's only one level 8 here. Would be no difference. We're at 9. Ward summoned. I want the level. I'm going to go ahead and buy up the level 10 spell so I don't have to come running back here. Okay. So level, I think that's level 9, right? 8. I think he's the only one for level 8. That's why I was confused. Okay. Yeah, that's 10. Okay. We'll put that here and here. Alright. Okay. Yep, I figured that was going to happen. I was taking too long. Oh well, sorry dude. I don't blame you. Do not blame you. You probably want to head into Crushbone. The way you're pulling, I'm guessing you are wanting to hurry to level up. I'm not in a hurry because I'm switching servers. So when the TLP comes out, I will be in a hurry. Until then, not so much. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss Rockhead here. And bring in the other pet. Alright, so we are going to tell Rockhead adios. And then we'll load this version up. Oh, wait a minute, I got a better spell than that. I need to swap out. Where is it? There it is. The other thing I need to do is get the shield going. And the healing spell, I think, goes right here. Yep. So that's all Butamus right now. Go away. There we go. Oh, good. Bring in a new pet. Alright, Rockhead, where are you at? There you are. There. Give Rockhead the spear. That should be shock and bolt. HP, DS, good to go. Alright. Go here, go here, go here. Alright. So alright. I'll go con the mobs around Orc Hill. Me and the pet should be able to take them on, no problem. It's a level 9 earth pet. which means it's going to root, which is a big pain. But where are we at? There we are. Okay. Is that an elven? No, it's regular. Some of the skeletons are elven versions. And it's interesting to watch them go after the orcs. Even as a skelly, they can't stand the orcs. Oh, me. See if we can get up here to Orc Hill and see if we can pull from it, hold on to it, or is it going to be too much for a single player? I suspect that my shaman friend who was buffing me earlier got tired of waiting for me to do a spell run and took off. Which, hey, that's fair. He was he was over pulling anyway. Um, but I think he was probably he's probably gonna stay on this server. Yeah, they're dark blue to me. Rockheads right here. Okay. So, whoa. All right. Well, I was afraid of that. I had already launched that. That nuke when he walked up and hit me. So the nuke decided to go ahead. I'm gonna lose this bet. I'm gonna have to run this out because Romer here came along and zapped me. How far? There we go. Now, if this had been how the pull went, where I had two dark blues on me, would have been fine. Bet's almost dead, and so am I. This is really, really irritating. Nope, 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 nope. There we go. What is this? We will take those. Crap. Roma coming at me. Might as well pull him. Alright. Perfect. Let's get some mana up. Let the pet heal up. back the camera out so I can see stuff coming. Oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So, week in 2 days, this stream will be live on Oakwynd. I hope you'll join me then. Um, I'm looking forward to it. Haven't been on a new TLP in a while. Yes, the new TLP launches the 24th of May at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific. So sorry about that. I was adjusting the mic. Yeah, I'm new to streaming, so I will be making mistakes, I am sure, but it's going to be fun. I think the new TLP is going to be a blast. It's been, what, they bring them out every 2 years, I think. So it's been a couple of years since the last TLP launched. And the TLP or the stream schedule, I think, is going to be evening, 8 to 10 Eastern. That's my best guess at this point. And the schedule will go up on Twitch once I'm sure of it. At first, it may be every day. Every day, I don't think I can maintain that pace. It'll settle down to probably every other day or something like that after the initial launch. And this run through is just basically getting used to the TLP environment. I'm not going into POK. I'm going to hit all the old zones as I level until the TLP launches. So this, as you probably remember, this is Orc Hill, and the next stop is going to be Crushbone. I was grouped with a shaman who was offering. Sorry about this. I'm adjusting this mic, and I know it's annoying. Grouped with a shaman, but I had to make a spell run, and I think he got impatient, which happens. I mean, so nothing I can do. I was 4 levels back on my spell, so it had to be done. But can't say that I blame him. There we go. And I I have played a mage for most of the time that I have played Everquest. I think it's a fun character, so and quite honestly, it's probably one of the easier characters to play. I enjoy it. Um, but it's been a while since I've run through Norath. It's probably been at least 2 years. Uh, but I'm gonna use the TLP. I'm going to try my best to take the next TLP from TLP to live. Stay on it the whole time until, well, I'm not sure. I'd say that, but one of the one of the expansions wrecks the zones, and that's about the point that everybody quits. So that may be something I did. Oh yeah, I played. Uh, I think the third pack was just being released, so there were 2 packs out. I played when they launched the third pack, uh, and Velius was one. I don't know which one was which, but Velius was one. Um, and then there's a I don't remember the order, but anyway, when the third pack got released, that's when I started playing. I played up until, oh, I know I played past God. I definitely played um, past that pack, but I quit before they wrecked the zones, and everybody threw up their hands and went, we're not playing this crap if you're going to do these changes. Um, and I know there was a mass exodus over that expansion. I just don't remember what it's called. Somebody reminded me not too long ago. Original Canark Velius. Yes. Okay, so Canark was out. Velius was getting ready to release. And the reason I know this is because they were talking about Lucklin and the kitties. And so I was playing Velius. I happened to be going through a Best Buy, and I saw the Lucklin expansion out, and I had already been playing. And I picked it up in Best Buy and loaded it up and waited for the thing to launch. And the moon and the kitties and kitty pet and all that stuff, that was kind of like, if you will, the teen years. The ones that I remember the most and have the most fond memories of was the Lucklin release, um, and then Pop. I liked Pop because I didn't have to run all over the place looking for spells. I know that was the intention of the original game designers, but I hated that crap. I hated going all over the place looking for spells. So, let's see. Quit during early Omens. Yeah, I remember Omens. Pop. There was the one with the dungeons. Eldon. Eldon is in there too. Um, uh-oh, I'm getting the crap beat out of me talking to you. Run, run, run. Um, and I'm trying to think. Let's see, Omens. Yeah. So in the TLP, when they bring up Pop, they will bring up Eldon. It's a week. I think it's a week. So um, I think they delay a week. They used to delay a month, and they've cut it back to a week, if I understand it correctly. Um, Eldon, I really liked Eldon as well. I have to admit, um, I'm probably in the minority. Um, You know, it's something you got to get used to. If you don't wanna die, you in this game, you don't want to play it, because that's gonna happen. So I'm not that concerned about that. No worries. Yeah, Gunthak as part of Pop. Is it part of Pop or Eldon? I know Gunthak is where the if you're going through the packs, Gunthak is where they brought out Temperance. That's where you get the quest for priest to get Temperance. Um, but I don't remember which pack that's in. Still got 50 seconds on the timer. Um, but yeah, this ought to be fun. It really should be fun. I plan to play for a while. Um, I would say all the way to live, but I know that whichever pack it is that they rip the game, the zones to pieces, I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to be happy about that. uh, I don't remember that, but that's not surprising. Um, but I know in the TLP releases that Gunthak comes out with one of the major packs, and that's where your quest for the Temperance spell is done. That part I do remember. There's also a Paladin. I think it's a Paladin spell in there as well. I don't remember which one that is. All right, Rockhead, where are you? Right there. Um, oh, no mana. Sit back down. Hey, Pass, how are you? I'm so last time you and I were talking, I was level 4, and I had to jump off because my uh, daughter had called in. My wife summoned me, so but I am level 9 currently, and I just got the snot beat out of me by 4 different orcs, or 3, on Orc Hill. Let me see if I can get. Oh, come on. Uh, I gotta spend some time leveling up my casting. Mercy. Let me pay attention to the time. Okay, good. New pet spell, new level. Been burning up the levels and need to spend some time casting the lower level spells to get the skills up. You know how it goes. Oh, come on. This is not going to work. Let me get something low level. This is driving me nuts. We're going to summon some food. Sorry, delay game, guys. I apologize. Yep. Okay. My guess is if I let the mana get all the way to 100 like it was the first time I cast that pet spell, you would let it go through. But because I'm low on mana, conceivably, it's not going to let it go. The game is being difficult. I'm going to take it up to 31 and see if it'll let me cast it after that. Oh, come on, give me the level. There we go. And perfect timing. Perfect timing. Again, I apologize. I know you didn't tune in to see me sit here and med up, but I'll get there eventually. And thank you both for joining in the chat and watching the stream. I really appreciate it. Again, a actual schedule will show up on Twitch once I've ironed that out, but initially for the release, I will probably be on nights, call it 8 to 10, 10:30, something like that. And I am trying to wrangle the Friday before Memorial Day off. So any of those days that I can disappear and my wife doesn't come hunting me, I will be streaming. I think the upcoming TLP is going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's try this. Try to get to 31 here. There's one. All right. Now let's see if we can't get the pet going. Let me get the mana back up to 50% and see what happens. All right, come on, Rockhead, get in here. Perfect. Bingo. Good Lord, what an aggravating thing. Okay, here we go. Going back to Orc Hill and get run over again. Yeah, my wife is making horrible noises about going out of town over Memorial weekend. I'm like, Yeah, can we just stay close to home? I got things to do. Oh, is anyone in the stream currently planning to play on the new TLP or no? Oh, nice, cool. There we go. I was gonna say, what's taking so long? Okay. Oh, and pass. I did locate the. Oh, for those of you in the stream, a helpful hint. For if probably level 4 to level 6 around the bandit camp, there is an auto spawn place, and I was actually using that earlier. I found it and was using it. Um, and it's right up in here, just off the trail. You may or may not remember where it's at. There's one in Freeport, West Freeport, and there's one here. And it's an easy to find place now. It, um, one of the packs, they've added an NPC up here next to this tree. So this dude right here is your marker. Turn around with your back to him, and there's my auto spawn. You can kill these centurions all day long, and they will just keep coming at you, and it'll get you from level 4, let's say, to level 6, easy peasy. Even so, you probably want to go as far as 7, and then I'm just going to demonstrate this real quick. Once you get to 7, you might as well go to the bandit camp over here to the right. And that's good from 7 to about 9 or 10. So you don't have to do Orc Hill. Valka. Well, we'll do that. We'll do that for you. And you see that I've got another Centurion headed my way, and they'll do this for hours, and you can level up really really quickly there. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to take the launch day off myself. Um, and be honest with you, I have been burnt by Everquest on launch days before. So I'm going to get this character built when the TLP comes up, um, and if that's the only thing I get done, I'll still be a happy camper. I expect to be on definitely Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday all day. I got the day off as well. Um, and Saturday is normally date night for me and the missus, and I don't think she's going to let me out of that. So, um, I may not be on Saturday night. And Sunday, of course, and Monday, of course, with differing breaks in there. But it'll probably be a good 16 hours of streaming, except for uh, running out to grab food or what have you. There'll be there'll be breaks of an hour or two. But as you let me get out of here. But as you can see, you can sit there and just let them roll in, and you can make 4 to 7. Just that's as easy as it gets. They just come at you. Um, only thing I ask, since I told you that this gave you this information in the stream, share with me, please. Yeah, I think Saturday night is off. My wife is she's a very understanding woman, until you start messing around with date night, and then it's like, no, bud, what are you talking about? Um, whatever mushrooms you ate, you need to stop. Don't don't drink any more or eat mushroom soup. Don't eat mushrooms. Get away from the psychedelics. You are out of your mind. As a mage, I'm probably going to be here. I tell you, and I know there's varying ways to pronounce Quanos, whether it's Quanos, Kinos, whatever. But that area, I have never learned my way around that stupid area, and every time I go there, I get trapped, and I have to wait for a wizard to get high enough level to port me out of there. And it's a cool area, but I never discovered the key, the secret to getting out of there. Um, so I like. Oh, I was telling you. Um, ooh, nice human necro. Well, like I said before, I always have bone chips up for my necro friends. So if you see me, hit me up, because I will definitely be having. I will have these on me. Um, if you run out. So don't hesitate to let me know that you are low on bone chips. Alright, let me turn so I can see, because those stupid roamers come over that hill and they beat my behind. Yeah, I enjoy Hallis. It's a pain in the backside to get out of there as well, but I eventually figured it out. The but Quanos, I never ever figured out how to get out of that thing. I guess if I made a character that was bound there, I wouldn't have a choice but to learn my way out of there. Yeah, the I was relaying the information that when I first started, I created a human cleric, not knowing any better, and that I wore a robe from like level 1 to level 10, I think. I remember it. We were sitting on the table in the Crushbone throne room, and somebody looked at me and went, "Where's your armor?" I went, "What are you talking about? I got a robe on. That's it, right?" So just like, no, dude, you can wear plate. You need to take your money and go find some plate. Um, but it was probably a mistake to create a human cleric. I know most clerics are uh, high elf or dwarf for various reasons. But always create a human cleric now. And on a TLP, that's horrible. Your wisdom pool sucks. It really does. It's awful. keep an eye on my health this time around, and I've got my back to that hill again. I know that giant centurion is going to come around here and beat me. Okay. Where are we at? About 44% into level 10. I don't remember the old school Freeport. And I think when the TLP launches, it's going to be the new version. I'm pretty sure that's true. I like Hallis. I like West Freeport and East for that matter. I like Greater Fay. And I don't mind the Dark Elf. I'm drawing a blank now on what that city is called, or that zone is called for the Dark Elves. I've gotten to learn my way around there as well, playing a Dark Elf mage. I have to say that the kitty zone is the it's the caverns. I really enjoy those as well. Can't think of the name. Charval. There's the caverns are in there too. It's got the lake in the middle, and you have 2 camps or 3 camps in there at the tents. Yeah, thank you, Pollutal Caverns. I don't know why I could not remember that. I used to spend hours in there. Hours and hours and hours. Love that place. So I think you can go from like 14, depends on the group, but you can go from like 14 to 22, 21, 22. Alright, do I pull these guys and see what happens? I got a feeling I'm getting ready. Better prepare myself for another beatdown. Let's see. Wait for the fairy to go by. Oh! Almost did it again. This is how I got killed the last time, as I was casting when this butthead right here walked up and smacked me. Well, the cast was still ongoing, and as soon as I became unstunned, it wouldn't change targets. It cast on what I had already targeted. And I had 3 or 4 mobs on me. And needless to say, they beat the snot out of me. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. Yeah, exactly, Pass. Exactly. That was a fun time. Yep. Really enjoyed Luckland Forward up until I stopped playing, and it was somewhere after. Oh, I know it was past God, the God pack. It was, I want to say, the pack that I quit that came out, and I looked at it and I was like, I don't want to play this, and it had like sand in the name of it or something like that. But anyway, it was 2 or 3 packs after, or expansions after God. I want to say it was probably the third pack after God, and I don't remember what it is. If I saw it, I think I would remember it. Um, but it was like, and then of course having teenage kids at the time, they were like, Dad, come play WoW, heal me in WoW, come heal me, come heal me. Because at the time I had a reputation for being a raid healer, which I don't want to do anymore. I'm not going to do that on the TLP. I want to stick to the mage. Um, it had its good and bad. Healing was great. I enjoyed it. Really liked it. But the problem is that you have to back yourself out of your groups and your raids when you're healing. You can't just pick up and take off and nobody notice. If you quit healing people, somebody's going to die and they're going to notice. Uh, so I told my wife that I wasn't going to be healing groups or raids this time around. And she was like, okay, just remember what you said. I think I'm going to pull these two guys in front of me in the view here, and then I'm going to head into Crushbone and see what it looks like. Take a tour around Crushbone. Try to stay away from the Legionnaires because they will deliver that beatdown I'm trying to avoid. Dragons, Depths of Dark Hollow. Prophecy, it was after Row. I quit after Row. Um, wow, I stayed in a lot longer than I thought. Row, it was definitely Row. Uh, I don't remember the Buried Sea, but I do remember Prophecy of Row, and I think I remember it. I don't know what I did not like about it. I can't remember. The Depths of Dark Hollow was Um, OOW and Dawn, I definitely remember playing. Depths of Dark Hollow, I'm drawing a blank. But Prophecy of Row, I know I did not like. I bought it, installed it, ran it up, and did not like it. Okay, here we go. We're going to pull these two, and then I'm going to head into Crushbone, take a look around. Okay. My pet scared me. I thought he went active. Alright, come on, cast. There we go. Ah, I thought I heard. Ooh, pet taking a beating. Wish I could I wish I could summon armor for him. Man, resists are strong in these guys. Pet's about beat to death. Woo! Okay. So I'm going to give the pet a break here for a minute. And let him heal up a little. Let's see. I think if I sit him, he will heal faster. Yeah, there we go. Omens of War, done. DODH, Prophecy of Ro, TSS, TBS. Okay, so the last one I remember is Prophecy of Ro. TSS and TBS, I don't know what those are. Depths of Dark Hollow, I remember the name. I don't remember playing it, but that doesn't mean I didn't. Um, I definitely remember Omens of War and Dragons of Norath, and I think Dragons of Norath was another expansion that I really, really enjoyed playing. Um, okay, let's take a run into. Oh crap! Yep, I'm overweight. Yep. Let me put a pin in that and go sell, and I'll come back and go into Crushbone. I didn't ding, right? No, okay. And there's the music. I, I have been in here 4 or 5 times tonight. Never got the music. I'm assuming you guys can hear this. And this particular time, I'm getting music in my ears. Let me stop this for a second. There he is. Come here, Rockhead. You need some weapons, bud. All right. Now, see, I opened her back up for trade and no music. And I kind of like it that way. I don't know. I don't remember when they introduced the music. Not a big fan, to be honest, but okay. Got silks I need to bank. Um, Let me check on the food. Oh yeah, we're good. And I have to be honest about this as well. Other than the spider and spiderling silk, I don't know what the tacky and the rough and all the other versions of the silk do for you. I don't know what's made out of them. Okay, you are free to move about in the wrath with all that loot now off of you. really don't want to engage that Centurion. That's the reason I stopped. It's not that he's going to beat me down and kill me. It's just I want to go to Crushbone. So I don't want to stop on the way and fist fight. So, oh wow, okay. Later than I thought. Well, I'm gonna go into Crushbone, probably con a few mobs, see where I stand. Maybe even attack a couple of them. But I'm gonna be winding down the stream in the next 5-10 minutes, I guess. Um, I'm gonna let the guard have it. No, I won't, because if he goes after me, the pet will go active. Let me see if I can get to the guards. Alright, perfect. Okay, now, next stop, Crushbone. Pass, if you're still out there, do you remember which pack had the flying mounts? It's not that important. I was just curious if you remembered. I know WoW introduced them first, and I know Everquest did the same later. Alright. Thread the needle. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. Ah, yeah. I did, I'm thinking I did too, but I was just curious if anyone knew which pack it was. I think I've narrowed down the pack. Uh, that was the last one I played. Um, pretty sure Row was it. I didn't play it. Okay. Go, pet. Alright. Train your heel on my left. There's a shield that gets dropped up there. That's pretty nice. A lot of people camp that trainer and get that shield. Going old school. And let's see what we got going around this corner. I want to see what the legionaries are. Okay, legionnaire. Yellow con. What are you conning at 12? Oh. Okay. It can probably be done, but I'm gonna hurt, and I'll have to pull them one at a time. And I don't have anybody with me. So I think I'm gonna leave them alone. Let me get the center. I'm gonna go ahead and do one pull in here. Get the Centurion coming at me. And then I'm going to gate out and call it a night. Everyone, thank you for joining the stream, for the chat. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you joining. Thank you for the follows. I'm going to gate out of here. I'm going to need a group to come back in here, or I have to get another level and a bigger pet. So I'm going to end the stream tonight right here. Let's sell off and we'll shut her down. Oh, not much to sell. That's good. That's good. I'm good with this. Awesome. All right. Once again, thank you everyone for joining me tonight. And we'll throw the screen up.